few weeks back we reviewed Anemone, the directorial debut of Ronan Day-Lewis, son of Daniel Day-Lewis. This film was on the horizon because Daniel Day-Lewis was back acting on the big screen, widely regarded as the greatest actor of his generation. Our review referred to the GOAT is back. The greatest actor is back on screens. But that was more playing up to the myth that is Daniel Day-Lewis. But it got me thinking. In sport, you could look at titles, you could look at goals, you could look at wins. Acting, what do you have? You have Oscars, right? You have awards that people can hold up and say, I'm the best of this year. But acting comes down to personal preference. You might like a movie that De Niro made, you might not like a movie that De Niro made, you might like Pacino's body of work, but everyone has duds out there. Except for one actor. There's an actor who has only made 5 feature films before their life was tragically cut short. And all 5 of those movies were Best Picture nominations. And I don't think anyone can counter my argument. This is the best filmography of all time. So crack a tin and join me as we celebrate the career of John Cazale.
Deeper, Jonathan.
Born August 12, 1935 in Massachusetts, John Holland Cazale was a graduate of Boston University where he studied drama. Upon graduating, he worked as a cab driver and started a theatrical career in Boston. He slowly built his career in theatre, moving to New York City, working off-Broadway, and in between he had a job as a messenger for Standard Oil where he met another aspiring actor by the name of Al Pacino. Him and Al hit it off, became great friends. In 1966, both of them were cast in a play, The Indian Monster Bronx, which they both won awards for, the Obie Awards. And Cazale later won another Obie for a role in a play called Line. He reprised the role of Line in 1971 alongside Richard Dreyfuss. And during this run, a casting director by the name of Fred Roos, who was casting for Francis Ford Coppola's Godfather, suggested John for the role of Fredo Corleone. Obviously, Fredo wasn't the biggest role in the film. You had Brando, you had Pacino, you had Robert Duvall, you had James Caan, whose roles were more prominent. But Fredo was there and featured in one of the more famous scenes towards the end.
Mike, you don't come to Las Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that!
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever.
He embodied the character. He played this character. He wasn't the hero of the family like Michael. He wasn't the brute of the family. He wasn't the smart one of the family. He was someone trying to get attention, someone trying to get respect. And if he wasn't quite getting that from the family, he was maybe mingling with other mobs. Out of the group, you would probably describe him as the weak one, but John brings a humanity to the character, the little looks, the body language. He sells Fredo perfectly. I think the scene that best encapsulates both John's performance and Fredo's character is when Don Corleone is assassinated, or he's shot, and he's in the car. He gets out his opportunity to maybe interject, maybe to prevent what happens, but he drops the gun in panic and just stands there. He doesn't go to pick the gun back up and shoot the fleeing gunman in revenge, so he hasn't got that bone in him, and he hasn't got the strength, so he's lacking the different pillars that his brothers have, and he just appears weak in this moment. Yeah, Godfather did okay. Currently the second highest rated movie of all time on IMDb. 10 Oscar nominations, winning Best Picture, Best Actor and Best Writing. And Francis Ford Coppola was so impressed with John Cazale's performance, he specifically wrote a role for him in his next film, The Conversation. This was the Gene Hackman starring espionage, surveillance, thriller, you know, in the heat of that Watergate, wiretapping, all of this. And Gene Hackman plays a kind of surveillance expert specialising in audio recordings. And John Cazale played the assistant. He was a good-natured character and showed a different side to him compared to Fredo. Gene Hackman recalled that John pushed me and managed to make all those pieces come together. It's a recurring theme. A lot of actors who talk about him, well, he's not ever the star of the film or the main character. He's a sounding board. He's a great partner to play with. And the reason he gathered so much respect from his contemporaries was that he enhanced their performances via his. And The Conversation went on to win the Palme d'Or at the 1974 Cannes Film Festival and was nominated for 3 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay and Best Sound. But it's a good thriller and I recommend it. Got a young Harrison Ford appearing in it. If you've not seen it, definitely go back and watch it. It's probably, of the 5 movies, the least known, but credentials are there. How do you follow up the second best movie of all time? Okay, go and star in the number 4 rated film of all time on IMDb, and that's The Godfather Part II. It's widely regarded as the greatest sequel of all time, and it was great that they stopped with that one. Quit while you're ahead. It's a good thing they never ruined the legacy of these 2 films by coming back and trying to make a third one. There was a fan film released to some noise in the 90s, but yeah, the best 2-parter ever, the best 1 and 2. No 3. No 3. And there's so many wonderful things in this. De Niro's performance, the continuing struggles of Michael Corleone, and John Cazale and Fredo plays a much bigger part in this. In fact, if you think back to one of the more seminal lines of the film, he's right there with Al Pacino. And his character and his character's arc is the most tragic one of the film. That relentless wish to be recognised, to have achievements, to have acknowledgement, drives him to go against what Al Pacino said to him in the first one. And yeah, obviously leads to the tragedy of the film. Nominated for 11 Academy Awards and winning 6, including Best Picture. De Niro got Best Actor in a Supporting Role, and Coppola got Best Director again. Batting average now of John Cazale: 3 films, 2 Best Picture winners, the other nominated. And he is one of the better or more standout parts in this film. It's almost criminal that he didn't receive a nomination, but then you look at the competition and yeah, De Niro's winning.
Don't make a big thing about it. I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
This was followed up in 1975 with Sidney Lumet's Dog Day Afternoon, seeing John Cazale as the second character, the supporting actor alongside Al Pacino's lead. It's a real-life story of a bank robbery turned wrong, hostage situation, a negotiation, and it's just a great powerhouse performances all around, particularly Pacino and John Cazale. He was actually, for the only time in his career, acknowledged and nominated for a Best Supporting Actor at the Golden Globes. He brings a real intensity to the situation, also some humour. When Sidney Lumet was casting the film, the real-life character was a younger man, but Al Pacino pushed for John Cazale to read for the part, and Lumet was convinced, even though he was 39 at the time. And Pacino talks again about how his role is made better by having Cazale there to play off against. The film was nominated for a number of Academy Awards, including Best Picture, but yeah, 6 in total, winning Best Original Screenplay. Pacino and LeMay were nominated for Actor and Director, and Chris Sarandon was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Make of that what you will. John Cazale was known as a prolific chain smoker in real life, and there's a line in the movie.
You don't smoke?
No,
Why do you want to start now?
I'm scared to death, that's why. What, you don't smoke?
No.
How come?
I don't want the cancer.
Oh my God. Give me the cigarette.
Go ahead, do what you want. I just think you ought to take care of your body, that's all.
John returned to the stage and appeared in 3 productions back to back. However, after the first preview night of the 3rd show, he was feeling ill and had to withdraw. He was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer. Despite the terminal diagnosis, John Cazale was cast in Michael Cimino's The Deer Hunter in 1978. He was in a long-term romantic relationship with Meryl Streep at this point, and she was also cast in the film, mostly so she could be close to John Cazale. The film was rearranged so all of John Cazale's scenes were shot first. He completed them, but sadly passed away before the film was released. It later came out he was actually considered uninsurable due to his illness, but the costs were actually paid for by Robert De Niro, who wanted John Cazale to be in it. Yet he died at the age of 42 with Meryl Streep by his side. Al Pacino later said, "I've hardly ever seen a person so devoted to someone who's falling away like John was. To see her in that act of love for this man was overwhelming." The Deer Hunter was released to critical acclaim, and yes, was nominated for Best Picture, which it won, alongside 5 others: Best Director, Best Supporting Actor for Christopher Walken, Best Sound and Film Editing. It was also Meryl Streep's first Academy Award nomination. 5 movies, 5 Best Picture nominations, 3 Best Picture wins. A flawless body of work. Al Pacino later lamented that Cazale was not recognised for his skill more. He said Cazale was one of the great actors of our time. That time. Any time.